Well, everyone, iOS 16.3 has officially came out, so let's go and take a look at it on the iPhone 10 and see if it's worth installing. Now, what I will definitely tell you is this is a very important update, and it wouldn't really make too much sense to stay on a lower version of software, but if you're not on iOS 15, we'll kind of talk about that in a second. But as always, some of the main features and improvements within this update, there's a couple of them to name. So for one, within 16.3, our wallpaper got some new improvements. So now we actually have a few new wallpapers to choose from, and these are the new Unity wallpapers. Now, you don't have to necessarily update to this version of software just to get the wallpapers. I'm sure very soon you should be able to see that iOS, basically on Twitter or wherever, you'll be able to see the wallpapers there too. But it's pretty cool that we still, are getting new wallpapers on this version of software. Now, on top of that, this is a massive feature. So now we have the ability of using physical security keys on our iPhone. So what this basically means is that if our iPhone, if we're logging in like two-factor authentication or something, we will now have the ability of using physical security keys on our iPhone to actually unlock it. So if we're logging in somewhere, instead of using, a code that's texted to us, we can plug in that, little thing at the bottom, and that should give us the ability to actually log in and basically improve the security of our iPhone. That's another really cool thing that got brought into this specific update. Now we also have support for HomePod second generation. So if you bought one of those new HomePods, not the HomePod mini that I have, but the standard HomePod that I just got, you will have to be on this latest version of software to use it. So that is a big, massive thing to keep in mind. Now there was another update within the freeform application. So essentially here, if you went through and you were using this app and may have found some issues or whatever, there should be some bug fixes to those issues. This may be a more official, more secure version of the application. So that's another big thing to keep in mind here too. There's been some updates and fixes for the home screen and lock screen as well. So on your iPhone 10, if you had those types of issues, you're finding little bugs and whatnot, those should be addressed and or fixed. Again, there's going to be a lot more. But I'm glad they're kind of fixing some of these issues that a lot of people were having. Now, there's been some Siri fixes as well, specifically for your music requests and CarPlay. So glad those things are kind of being fixed and addressed here as well. So those are kind of the main updates for the most part. And to answer the question, should you install this version of software? As always, I would say yes. I think it's definitely worth installing, especially if you're on iOS 16. If you're on iOS 15, you may be able to stay there for another update or two, but I would probably recommend updating at some point. So that pretty much covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.